Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Scrap Mechanic Multiplayer. This is River.
And Dyna.
And unfortunately, we're not joined by McCool anymore. The game was a little bit laggy for him, and it was causing him to have some troubles when trying to build and create stuff, and it was rough. So he won't be joining us. Hopefully, when they level that out, we'll be able to do another Let's Play with him. But this episode, I think, is what we're going to do is we need to get a couple of things together. First off, we're going to be starting on the base, but we need a refinement vehicle for wood so that we can cut down these big trees, refine them up, and turn them into useful items. And to do that, we're going to start. Well, we've got everything kind of built up here, and Dyna is going to get to build this vehicle. I built this one. McCool built that one. Oh, I forgot those break. Oh well. McCool built this one. And Dyna is going to build our refinement bot with some help from me.
I have never in my life built anything like this in any kind of game. So,
so this is going to be a first time. All right, so Dyna, the first thing you want to do is place down your lift so you can build on top of it. I think I could probably just put mine down, actually. Build on top of that one.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So I think just do it with normal wood. And do you want to try and design it? Just do it with the other wood. Yeah, the nice wood, just because I don't want it to get broken super easy by a bot.
Okay. How big?
Just build a platform for now, and then we'll kind of talk about. Okay, so you're gonna want it a lot longer. So I would just take it. You can actually do it. Just take it and then drag it out.
Yeah, I know.
Beyond. It's gonna be a lot quicker.
Direction works. What direction do we need it?
It should be like highlighting. It doesn't highlight for me, but there should be like a little hose thing. You want the hose thing facing or towards the back. So you want it facing forward. Perfect, just like that. Okay, and then I'm thinking is what we should do is we should actually cut this section off. Let's see, how much can we do without it being an issue? Take that off. Okay, so that actually is a good spot. So I'm thinking we should cut that off. Well, now let's do it like this. We're going to need some space back here for that chest. So I would put a little bit more, like maybe 3 more blocks on the back. And then I would widen it by maybe 4 or 5 blocks. Maybe 4 blocks. Just widen it by 4. I'm just going to place those there. Yeah, and then I would widen it by like 3 or 4 blocks. It's going to be kind of a big vehicle. Oh, actually, we can take some blocks off this side. I think it would probably be smart. So like there and there. Okay. And then place your place the like picker upper thing.
Your resource collector?
Yeah, and I would kind of embed it into the ground a little bit. So I would figure out how big it is, take the blocks out, and then place it to where it's going to be. And I'm going to recenter the this thing. So I usually do mine this way just because I think it looks best that way. But just let it like sticks out so that I can pick things up from under us and then put them straight to the refinery. And then
it looks better that way.
Yeah, because this is where our seat's going to go, is on this side. And so like we're going to run over things essentially, and this thing will pick them up.
Gotcha.
So if you want to go ahead and place the seat, which actually I think we need more space. So I need another block here. Yeah, I did, I think.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, face your seat forward right here.
In front of the resource collector?
Just right next to it, so like right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like this big?
Yep, that looks good. And then place your engine right behind that. Okay, and now take your connector tool and then connect these up. And this we're doing so that you guys can also see kind of how to build a machine that runs well. Yeah, so just click it and hold, and then drag it over and then let go, whatever. Yep, perfect.
There we go.
And then do either of us have any fuel? I got some fuel, I'll put it in there. Okay, and we shouldn't connect this, otherwise that engine will start. Actually, we're gonna turn the engine off for now until we have it all set up.
Okay.
Okay. The next thing we need to do is get our saw put into place. And so I think the best place to have it is probably like right there.
Sorry, give me just a second.
So we're gonna want it right here-ish. So it's kind of centered on that thing, I think looks.
So do I do it pointing down?
No, so, and this is what you're gonna need to do. Let me give you these corner pieces.
You want it facing out?
Yeah, so is what you're gonna need to do is you're gonna need to put a bearing right here on this.
Okay.
Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. I lost you for a second.
Okay.
So put a bearing on this side right here, right on that block.
You just handed me the corner.
Oh, I thought I gave you a bunch of bearings. Did I not?
Oh, I do have some bearings.
Yeah, I dropped them earlier. So yeah, place one right here on the side of that block.
Over here.
Yep. And then place a corner piece facing outwards.
Facing
Yep. And then place, I think you should have one extra off-road suspension. Place the off-road suspension on there.
I have 4 off-road suspension.
Did I not give you the last one, or did I not make it?
Let's see. Sus.
Oh, I didn't give it to you. Here you go. And so the reason we're doing this is because we're going to angle this thing downwards.
So this would go on the pipe?
Yep, put that on the pipe. We're going to angle this thing downwards. Okay, now place another block there.
A block?
Yep.
Like this?
Yeah, and then maybe do, I think 2 more is probably best, just to get a little longer. And then come to the bottom and place a bearing on this last block right here. Now that we have that, you're going to place the saw on the bottom of that block. Perfect. All right, we're gonna come down a little bit. I think I handed you a. One second, let me figure out what it's called again. Controller. Do you have a controller in your inventory?
Wait.
The
wrong wheels. You might need to recycle them.
Which ones do you have?
I have 1 big wheel and then.
Oh, and 10 small ones.
2 normal.
Yeah, we can recycle them.
All right.
Okay, and then you can come grab the wheels out of here. All right, so what we've done so far, the seat and the engine are pretty self-explanatory. That's what those are. You have the collector here, which once we saw down these materials, this collector is going to grab them and basically input them automatically into the refinery. The refinery is going to then input through this pipe all of the materials into this chest so that we can have a lot of stuff that isn't, because the refinery only has 1 slot. So now we have tons of slots to put wood in, so we're not just going to fill up super quick.
Okay.
The saw, the reason we put it on the suspension and bearing, it doesn't necessarily need those things. I like to put them on there because when you end up cutting stuff, the suspension works to kind of like limit the amount of bounce your whole vehicle gets. And so now the suspension works to minimize like the shoving around that the saw does to your vehicle. And then this bearing, we're actually going to angle the saw down a little bit so that it's easier to chop these things from the bottom. And then the final thing we need is, I think I gave you something called a succomatic. Do you have that?
Oh, what?
Succomatic.
Yes.
Okay. Place the succomatic just below this mounting block right here. And then you want it to like the little hose
downward?
Facing outwards, so facing towards the saw.
I think I was doing it off the block instead of off the thing. It's just kind of like hard to tell sometimes.
And now this succomatic is pretty interesting. You can use it. So if you press U on it, it'll show you what it's sucking. So creations and trees, rods, crates, all that sort of thing. So we want it to be rocks and trees. So set it to rocks and trees, and then press E to use. And this is going to decide how much. Whoa. Oh. And so that's changing. Yeah, I forgot I did that. That scared me. So it's going to say how far it holds things out. So you want it to be like right at the edge of your saw. So for this vehicle, we want it to be like 10 or 11. We'll put it at 10. We want the power to be relatively low because we don't want it to fling our vehicle around a lot.
Oh, I was so confused as to that big block.
Yeah, that's
Is
what
that just
that was the range of this thing.
Gotcha.
And they want it fairly thin. So 15 blocks is probably too large. We want it maybe to about 10 as well. So this will hold when this thing's turned on. So we'll put a switch on here, which we actually need to make a couple of switches for this thing.
Do we have anything?
I don't think we have any. They're not too hard to make.
A switch.
Oh, you've got one?
Yeah.
All right, so place the switch somewhere on the vehicle.
Where do you think would be best?
Just wherever. I think
What
it
is
matters. So you're gonna connect it to the seat, so it doesn't matter. You'll always be able to access it from the seat.
Okay.
So it could go anywhere. It's going to move the saw down and turn the succomatic on, is what it's gonna do. All right. And then we're gonna need to upgrade this control. Do you have any more component kits by chance?
I believe I can do everything.
We are one component kit short.
Well, let's go.
Oh, actually, no, we don't need a component kit. We're good. So go ahead and connect the controller to the switch.
Switch.
And then switch to the seat.
Oh wait, no.
The succomatic.
That's the wrong thing. Yeah.
Which actually you will want it there too. So we're just going to leave that. So you want it
Okay.
to both of those. And we want it off right now. Okay. And then you want the controller to be attached to this bearing right here. The one that was that's right here above the succomatic. Okay.
That one?
Yep. All right. So the way that this works, the succomatic is going to suck things up and hold it right next to the saw. And then it's going to fall down onto the ground where we'll just run it over and pick it up with this thing, which will then go through that whole system. But we don't want the saw to always be like in our face. And so like you see, you can turn it on and off and it's not going to do anything until we set the, what is this thing called? The controller to change, to change this bearing. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want the bearing to constantly sit. So if you look inside this controller.
Okay.
So this wheel will control, you can do this with pistons, bearings,
Wait.
Most things that move. Press E.
Okay.
Yeah. So you see how whenever you change the rotation right there, look over here, you see how the saw went up?
Ooh, yeah.
So that's the first block here is your starting position. So that's where it's going to start in every time every time the button's off. So we want that to be at about a positive 50 or so. Just get as close to 50, I think, as you can. So 60, I think, is fine. So that just holds it up and out of the way. So when we're driving around, we're not going to get smacking on things and being super annoying. And then is what we need is you see the next one there. So it's going to start at a plus 60. So you want it to be at about a negative 75-ish. So put it negative 75.
In the next one.
In the next one, yep. So it'll be like,
this is like really finicky to try to adjust.
is it? Well, all you have to do is so click on the circle and then either go right or left with your mouse.
Yeah, I know. It's finicky for me.
Okay. Oh, is it jumping around? I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right, so now that you have that in position, go ahead and click this button here. And that'll turn on this succomatic and this thing. And we'll adjust it as needed. But you see how that now turns it downwards a little bit so that it can get to the things a little bit easier? All right, so now we need to put the wheels on. This is the last part.
Okay.
So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to take some wood. And we're going to want to go like right there, like that. So 2 out there. And then we're going to want 2 on the exact opposite side. So if you replace those with that. And then we'll want 2 more back here. So we'll want 1, 2 there. And on the exact opposite, 1, 2. And I don't think that's right. I actually like the other one better. So 1, 2 right there. And then put bearings at the very end of each of those. So yeah, right there. I'll put one on this side, right here, right there, and right there. And then we're going to place a block on each of those. And then you're gonna place. Oh, I'm dumb. Sorry, I'm gonna adjust these slightly.
You good?
I didn't do that right. That was my bad. Can I get some wood? So for
And then
everybody
sit down.
watching, the reason I'm doing this is because I don't want the suspension to be the whole weight of the vehicle to be super high off the ground. Otherwise, it'll just cause it to fall apart and fall over and have issues. So
And do you want me to put those back out to 2, like that?
yeah, so we'll put them out to 2 like this. There. Whoop, there. And here. And now place your suspensions on each of those blocks.
Facing what direction?
You're gonna want them facing. They're gonna be downwards.
Like that?
Yep. Oh yeah, I did that wrong.
What happened?
Sorry. Let me make an adjustment. I forgot that we put bearings at the very top. I actually did. We don't need that one, and we don't need these ones on the bottom of this here. That was my bad.
Fine.
Because there's ones at the top I forgot about, and then we don't need the ones at the top up here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna chop those off. Come down with this, grab that there, and then weld it back into place. Oh, I need the block though.
You need one?
No, I've got something I used to
Okay.
draw. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's not supposed to have bearings on the bottom of each of these, just on the front toe. And I don't know why I didn't catch that, but I did. Oh no.
Did that just launch?
I hit it with my hammer to try and get it to fall over, and it just went flying.
Good job.
Thank you.
So proud of you.
Okay. And these technically also need to get rid of that second block. Sorry about that, guys. It's going to be a little bit more confusing for you to see what's going on. Now that I did that. Hopefully not too bad, though. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. So you see what I did? Like if you look at if you pull out your little connector tool, you can kind of see what areas have blocks and don't now.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
I just
you
took the
made it like 20 times more complicated than it needed to be.
yeah. So it doesn't need the second level of those down here.
Yeah,
These
so on the back.
yeah, and the back doesn't need those ones
Okay.
up there because those are the steering ones.
Mhm. That
All
makes
right.
sense.
Now what you need to do is you need to go ahead. We're going to take this off and we need to go around. Actually, let's do this first. So go ahead and connect these ones at the very top here to your steering wheel.
Okay, so I connect the wheels to the seat.
Not the wheels, but the top one. So not the one on the wheels, but the one at the top there next to the wheels.
This.
Yep, perfect. And then go to the other one. Those different wheels. Did we use little ones over here? I think we did.
I swear they were big ones.
They don't look big, but it could be, maybe they are actually. I don't know.
Well, they look the same because the small wheels.
Okay. All right, and then go ahead and connect both the back wheels to your engine.
Back wheels.
To your engine, yeah. And we might actually need to upgrade the engine, which is unfortunate because we need more component kits, but that's okay. All right, and then you see how they're spinning different directions. You're gonna want to right click this one right here. So that'll reverse the rotation. Perfect. And then I don't think we'll be able to do it, but the last thing we need to connect is we need to connect the engine to the saw, which we can do a little bit of right now, but we'll just show you guys how it works. Okay, and then the last thing we need to do is we need to adjust the suspension so that it's not like overloaded, but it's not as compressed either. And we're gonna actually need more component kits to upgrade the suspension more.
We're basically gonna have to upgrade everything.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're gonna have to upgrade it all. Alrighty, guys. So we just got enough component kits to get it functional as much as possible. So we're gonna go ahead and show you guys how it works, and then we're gonna move on to. We're gonna probably end the recording. Sorry, I don't know what I was trying to say there. We're gonna try with a small tree first. So we're gonna run up to this tree. And we're going to try and saw it down. And you see how it gets kind of sucked into the saw a little bit. So actually, we need to move the succomatic closer. So we want it to be right about there. And actually, we might want it lower too. So we're probably going to lower the succomatic so that it holds it into the saw. Oh, come on. Like that. I think well, right there's better. And then power, we want it to kind of be like a 40 so that it kind of sits down on the saw and doesn't go crazy and make our, because if that thing hits your machine will go wild. Okay. And then we just kind of go back and forth right here. Turns it all in, we turn it off, run it over, and it gets refined. And then we turn it back on and do the next section. And then we'll show you guys how it handles the big tree. Should do about the same. Should be pretty good at it.
I'll try it with the big tree.
Okay, Dyna's gonna drive it for the big tree.
Okay.
Okay, so you saw how it did that thing with the tree where it slammed it down, and it's now could press one. It's going crazy. So when it does that, when your vehicle starts getting thrown around by the tree, it's because of that succomatic. You need to turn it off so that it doesn't absolutely like send the vehicle into the stratosphere. Go forward, there you go. And those two will come in, so do WS again. So now it's automatically picking it up and throwing it in there until the entire tree is gone. And now go ahead and press 1 again.
Yeah.
Don't cut this tree down. We don't need to right now.
I know, sorry.
All right, and that's how it works. So press 1. Okay. And so that is our sawbot. And so now you guys see this thing's going to refine it and immediately put it all into this chest. So we have 70 of that wood and 60 of this one now. So this is going to make it a lot easier for us to go up into those woods over there, up that way and stuff. Grab a bunch of wood, come down and build our base. So this should expedite the speed at which wood is made by a considerable amount. Alrighty, guys, I think we're going to end the episode there. I'll make the planter box in the next episode. I hope you guys liked Dyna's tutorial to building a awesome saw machine to cut trees down for you. Next episode, we will look at that planter. We'll maybe get some more farming going, and I'm going to go ahead and in between episodes collect a bunch of wood and get a bunch of materials broken down so that we have what we need to craft stuff. Again, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time. If you like the video, please like, and if you would like to see more content like this, please subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.